right, we're just going to jump into, and this is probably a little bit new to Richard as well, because he's not a great fan of automation and in that sort of sense. But I wanted to just touch on the social inbox. Very similar, actually looks very similar to what we were just looking at. There's our picture again on there. I wanted to touch on HubSpot. So one of the things, obviously, that people have a issue with is not just, we're just talking about Twitter here, but later down the track we're going to do Twittinars on other subjects, other platforms like Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram and a whole bunch of others. We went through them actually in an interview we had not so long ago, and there was like about 27 or something we went through, and Richard knows all of them. So I think it's important that we're aware of them, not that we have to be involved in all of them. But social inbox is a part of the HubSpot platform. And I just wanted to show you, this is kind of from our perspective, how do you manage it? So one way of managing Twitter is obviously, as Richard's showing, going direct into your Twitter account. Another way is connecting it to something like HubSpot, as you can see here, and using the social inbox, where you can see here, if I want to compose a message, which will take me straight away into my Twitter accounts. What we've done is we've actually put all of our organization Twitter accounts connected to this one platform. So if I wanted to share on the brand manager Twitter account, I can, or Glenn's or any of these others, I can do so. But let's just say I'm just going to use brand manager. So I decide, right, I want to schedule a tweet to go out. So straight away, I know it's going to that particular platform. I can then decide what content. So this is all about sharing content in this case. So it's not so much, the retweeting side. There's another way to do that. But just for example, we've released a new blog post, so we want to share that out to the network. So I can select from all of my blog posts that are currently in the system, I can select this blog post. So straight away, it will load me an image. I can attach that image, so I know that image, as we saw before with your tweets, Richard, you had images, which I think really makes a tweet more interesting sometimes, doesn't it, in that case? And then all I need to do is just basically type in here, we won't do it now, but type in a message here within. It counts up down the bottom there. You can see how many letters I have left, so I can keep going until it hits bingo as soon as I get to the magic 120. But I can start sort of going through there. It's already put the link in there to my particular story that I want to tell. So I'm actually, my as you said before, objective of this tweet is to drive interest to that blog post. That's good in this particular case, but you could send it to a landing page or as you had before. So the idea is, what I like about this system very simply is also then I can schedule it. So scheduling ahead. So we talked about kind of live stuff, but there's also the other element where you can schedule posts ahead of time. And we did a lot of this leading up to this event today, is like, you sit there for one day and ahead of time, put a few tweets in. So in this case, I can either post now or I can schedule it to go Friday and then particular time that I want it to go out. Because one thing I think I found, and I don't know have you found, sending things out at different times of the day gives you an idea. Like, people sort of tend to, certain days have more interaction with social media than they do at other times of the day. I've heard stories that say, Tuesdays is a day where most people unsubscribe, so don't send stuff on a Tuesday. I don't know if that's true with social media, but certainly with emails. So this little tool here is just part of the suite of kind of content marketing and everything that you can do. Just one option for you to be able to schedule your social media. As you can see in this particular case, it's not just Twitter, but I can go through and do my Facebook, my LinkedIn, and my Google+, because they're all connected together, and then have these kind of messages going out. So that's, I just wanted to share that at the end, because I think that's probably an important thing to think about. And then, in terms of monitoring, as Richard was going, it's the same sort of thing. This carries through some of the different channels that we're following, or lists or whatever, where I can see, there's Richard's feed there, so I can see all the stuff, that we've mentioned and all that kind of stuff that's I've been included in any of Richard's, or into any mention of me on anything at all is obviously through this whole platform.